Okay.
Ciao.
All right. Hello, everyone. This is Tara Livingston, and this is Stroke of Genius, a memoir. Today, we're doing a live interview with the lovely David Kilbride in Wales, and I want to, just before we start, his having his. So I did a little clip. If you've seen it before, um, advertising the event, and he sounded lots of different than what he is doing today. So it seems that today he is Chinese and having a little bit of gibberish. So I'm hoping that the screen is also showing the chat, because he's going to have to type his responses. So David, let everybody say hello to everyone. All right, this is very good. I have no idea what you said, but it's okay. This is very we can manage this. And just to let everybody know, his voice might come back. This is part of the condition. He has no idea when his regular voice will come back. And so he says hello. So you have, David, foreign accent syndrome, also under the umbrella of functional neurological disorder. And for it seems that is it 2019? It was, you had 2019, and you started having symptoms, and you had seizures. Is this right? Okay. But they found that you don't have epilepsy, so they don't know the reason that you have the seizures. Okay. And then your accent started around 2019, but then there was another event in 2022. I mean 2020. My accent started as a pre-symptom of an NAEA. I don't know what this is. Neurological something, I would guess. No? Non-epileptic attack. Okay. All right. So my daddy had epilepsy. He used to have grand mal seizures, and they were very big and hard on his body, because everything goes, you seize all of your muscles, everything seizes, and it's very, very difficult. He felt, yes, it's very, I have a story about my daddy. He was shaving in the bathroom, and he had the seizure, and he broke the toilet with his head. Like, he broke the tank off the toilet. It was very bad. So I understand. And then when you come back after seizure, were you confused?
Est-ce que amo antikisi sigo onfujigo amozinga ja.
Okay, so not really. So when you came out of the, you know what has happened. Yeah, okay. So you understand this. All right. So so the seizures were happening, and that at the same time were happening with your accent. And so today we are introducing you to as somebody, I think it sounds like very Chinese right today. Yes. And then you have when I spoke to you on Monday, I could still hear Welsh. So yes, so it was with difficulty speaking, but I could hear Welsh. So you have, so what other accents do your poor partner wake up with?
Isha ofu iska oshi omoshi iskin fu oshi omo akache omosha ishigo mo oshi kichi i oshi gam oshi an muti kushu fu anshingo ma.
Okay, French, German, Slavic, Russian, Asian, Oriental. Oh my goodness. You're just
osho fu iskin mo ishi ma ishi shishima shishi bu shishima.
so you're just traveling the world every morning.
Yeah, I was here for homo kishi.
Yeah, this is very good. So I want to tell everyone that you have a lovely partner, who is she's much smarter than both of us together, and she's with, I want to get this, she's a biomedical scientist and does sequencing on viruses and bacteria. So but she's not with you right now. She's at work right now. Yes. Okay. All right. So it's helpful that you have a loving, supporting woman who can understand how to, and
Ici ko oshi ma ishi es como mo ochi ko sha for ishi mo oshi dingo ishi mo shi is aga shi mo chi ka chi for an chi sha.
she doesn't understand the words I see. I know it's very it's
di ko for oshi din kong for di jing mo ji kong for oshi ji kong for oshi ji kong mo shi na mo oto ko sha ma.
You understand the tone of the language. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So I want to ask you some questions that makes me a little curious. So when you're talking right now, you know in your brain what you want to say because you can type it. Okay. So, but when you're typing, you're talking, and it's gibberish that I can hear the gibberish. Do you hear the gibberish?
Ici 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 dice che fu un po' di occasione ici ici si come di che come ti oshiko oshi omokoshi oski omotika asisi ama.
You hear the gibberish, but I have no control over what I'm saying. Yes. Yes. Okay. My goodness. So I know that your oldest son just got married recently. Yes. So you had a lot of events that you were going at, around this. How was your speech while you were doing this? I'm asking if there is a connection between being nervous and having new strangers that you're introduced.
我继续一模托阿个一些空风比起库经过一我是看风啊，不知估计我只个一只个是数一数。
Oh, there is definitely a connection between strong emotions, positive or negative. Yes. Oh, this is interesting. I found this is for the same. I'm just making little comparison. When I'm also very happy, when I'm with lots of people that's loving and it's beautiful, then my speech gets more jumbled. Yes. Oh, this is so there is a connection between the accent and the way that we speak is and emotions. Yes, this is, and I want to. It was your youngest that you got that he got married, not your oldest. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So this could happen when you're happy, or if you're sad or depressed, then your speech gets worse.
Is你只是公布只是个只公布还是不可支持。
From the bedroom to the boardroom. Nice. I could make a whole bunch of jokes right now, but I'm going to keep this PG. Oh my goodness. It's funny, but not only the speech, but all aspects of the FND. Yes. So because you have other symptoms besides the speech, and so do you have twitching, like in your body?
我们国际澳门是是个是以前是个一起一个考上。一応もくにていやもう一もう一いくもうちじゃ
So shaking, yes.
一下もうこ一よ
dystonia.
You are
and are you in the pen? Are you in pen? Not too bad. And you said I want to tell people that with your permission, David, I'm going to help tell your story a little bit. If this is okay, just because I don't understand Chinese, so I can't always understand. So, so before this condition start, David was an artist, and he worked with leather, and he was making things like purses and bags and wallets. And he was working a lot with leather, and he understand. No, I'm sorry, that it's big machinery to use leather to the cutting. Oh, that's okay, David. I'm just telling the story about you working with leather before as an artist. Yes, but the tools are very sharp, that you yes, you could. Yes, you told me that you almost or you actually did. You took the tip of your finger off with the knife. Yes, there I ooh, yes, it would be awful. And I remember, and you told me, you said something interesting, that because it's so sharp, you don't even know that it would be slicing your skin. Yes, because it's that sharp. But you had to stop doing this because you don't trust your body anymore to be able to use this kind of equipment. You could hurt yourself a lot doing this kind of work. Yeah. And so you still have do some of your art, and I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to show. Oh my goodness, David, you're so talented. I'm very happy to show these beautiful things. And you said, but you're not doing anything for sale right now. You're doing things like our cards, like so smaller projects for personal. Okay. What kind of okay, I'm going to see if I can share my screen and put it in the red place. Let me do this. Yes. Yeah. So there we go. This is the Maiden of the Sun. It's so beautiful, David. Just so good. Yeah. Okay. And where this all right. And then, oh my goodness. This is so what me oh wait, I'm going to say I'm going to do something very I wanted to sound something very smart in artist, but I don't. What kind of um, medium do you? Is it pen or pencils? What you doing? So beautiful. Oh my God! Look at this. This looks like what's it called? Mandela. I don't have the patience to do any of these kind of thing. I'm just so beautiful. Oh my goodness, look at this. This looks like a creation. And it's called Home. Oh my goodness, that's so beautiful. Oh, look at this. Look at this. out of the ocean. I love this. Oh my goodness, in all black and white. This is so the dragon gate. It is so intricate. Intricate is the word I was trying to find. That is, oh my, this is, I'm in awe of your talent. This is very nice. Oh, I love the gate to Wales. I love this. Oh my goodness. There you go. I think we should have this this actually by the entrance to have. That's very beautiful. All right. Oh my goodness. It's so beautiful. Also, the art you're doing now is a lot simpler. Okay. So I'm going to, because while I was showing this, I couldn't see the chat. So I want to just say that you do 8 by 6s in inches, so smaller ones, and use pencils primarily with an 0.1 millimeter drawing pen. Oh my goodness. It sounds like you could also cut yourself with that. It's very tiny. Yes, and I love that gate to Wales to let me find this again. I want to share this again. It's so beautiful. All right. Where'd this go? Look at this. Oh, oh my goodness. It's so beautiful. It's so intricate, and you would like to have this on the bridge towards where Wales is. Would you make it in iron? Oh, it does. It takes so the concentration is very hard over a few hours. It takes a lot of time of you. Hey, and let's talk about being tired. Oh, iron and brass and copper. You have a whole vision for these. So it would weather when the colors change. Oh yes, yes. The brass, the copper. I actually love the color of copper when it turns green. That when it gets weathered. I'm not going to be able to say that word. I have foreign accent syndrome and I've had a stroke, David. What you're talking? Verdigris. Verdigris? Verdigris? What? Oh, verdigris. Oh, shh. Now this is what. Okay, look at how we're doing. Now let's get back to for me, for my condition, foreign accent syndrome and the functional neurological disorder, big symptom for me is exhaustion. Is this is like for you too? Extreme.
一些啊，一
Yeah.
些过后一些，
It,
这个么哦，第七是个哦，这个 official 嘛，还是一啊，
when it's
一
always there. It's always there. Now, I want to say to anybody who's watching, David and I have had a whole life before having these symptoms, a normal life, doing normal things. And we've also had normal tiredness and exhaustion and different in different circumstances. We understand with this condition is that our tiredness is different.
一
It's
下，一些哦些嘛，
it's just
一些我记下，
now I love that you said managing spoons is one of the hardest. So I'm going to talk about the spoons theory. Thank you for mentioning this. So this spoon managing the spoons is a theory. I can't remember the person who came up this with, but imagine that every morning you are allotted how many spoons. So let's say it's a good day. So some days you have better days and you wake up and you think, I have 12 spoons. But we also have to think about getting dressed. That's a spoon. Getting ready and getting breakfast, just the regular routine things. This costs a couple of our spoons. And so sometimes we only have 5 spoons. And the 5 spoons are all we have to be spent only at just doing the basics. Right? And then if we have better day, maybe we can have a shower. Then maybe that's spoons. But on a good day, like a 12 spoons day, you could go for a walk or a hike, or you could go to the shops with your partner, or you could be social with friends and family. I have enough spoons to be able to do extra social things. This is, but sometimes if we have, we think we have 12 spoons, we overdo it. And when we overdo it, we continue to trying to do the everyday things. We've depleted all of our spoons. So David, this might happen because for me, where the time zone I'm in, it's at 9 o'clock, but this is 4 p.m. for you in Wales to have this conversation. So you had to spend spoons getting to 4 o'clock, and you had some stress spoons. I always say the stress spoons are the big ladles, the big spoon ladles, and we have to account for this in the count. Stress spoons are the hungriest. Yes.
是不可记下。
Do you think that the stress spoons about having this interview has something to do with the gibberish that is happening for you right now?
一些靠 on for 一些模式其实，但是我想como o easy o com o不是como 是o easy 什么哦，我这个我是想 on for it is issue。
And you've also been
什么
very preparing for the son's wedding. Yes. And that could cost a lot of spoons. Yeah.
是como o 一些on for 这个como 是我这是我父亲个嘛其实，
Oh my
的
goodness. Yes, thank you for clarifying. The calm down is harder at times than the event. So
一些嘛个
so Monday morning at 9 o'clock my time, this is when we had our first meeting. When I could understand you and you were sounding like a Welsh person. And I also had a busy weekend. And after Monday, after this meeting, I took 2 days. Did what? Not just for you, because of that interview, but I had busy day Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And then I did this, and then 2 days. And today, for me, this also meant no talking. I did no talking. I didn't have any conversations. I didn't even have texting or messaging conversations. I have a question for you, because it seems to me that my condition is not just what you can hear listening to me. It's also language processing. So, and any communication goes through the injury, whatever is happening in the brain. And so it also, if I do messaging on Messenger or texting, that also costs me.
一下嘛一下，一个是父母。
Yeah, it also, even though it's not with it is the same for you. Yes, it's anything. Yes, I can type. Yes, I can make little messages. For me, there are often some wrong, but enough to make point. But that also costs my spoons.
一下嘛是个一下我是个复习是嘛一下。
It costs for just for having conversation on messaging, whatever. Anything. No, I told you a little story before the topping, before we got on live today. David, is it okay if I share this little story I told you about the yes, sound can be a physical experience. Oh my goodness, yes.
一下我个是就是第我家我这个我家。
My goodness, it is anything that, yes. I when I had a friend come after my event, which is a stroke, I would say I said no talking. I can't listen to you either. Listening just to, I can't even I don't have enough energy to listen to anybody talk. for me, one of the only things that I can do is it is too much of a bombardment. Yes, it is. It's like we're being attacked by sound. It's-
一下
it-
一下我是什么哦，或是这样嘛。
I have found I'm not big with classical music, but I found for me this is where I got some beautiful piano pieces and things. That for me, I can do not neutral. So that helps me put neutral. There's no lyrics to think about. There's no to consider. It's just a beautiful sound. That can put me to help me re-energize after I've spent a lot of my spoons. I can start going, okay, so I've had half an hour of literally just putting my brain in neutral, using some earphones, something. It's very bombardment is such a good word for the sound. It's very bad. I was telling you, David, that I had a phone call for somebody who wanting to do a survey. And I thought, oh, I have opinions. I'm I'm okay with this. But because it was on the phone and I could only hear the question and some of the statements that they were trying to get me to respond to were 2 or 3 sentences. By the time they'd finished the questions, I could, while the question was happening, I thought, oh yes, I agree with this statement, or I don't agree. By the time the question was answered, then I couldn't respond. I like, oh my God, did I agree? Did I strongly agree or somewhat agree? Like, I couldn't respond. It was lost in the words. I was heartbroken to me because I hadn't understand that my comprehension is so affected. I like to pretend that I don't have problems, and I know. Anyway, sometimes my condition comes and slaps me on the face, and just to remind me, hey, Tara, you you're not like you used to be. Now, what is this? I think we're doing okay getting the messages together on this, considering the gibberish, gibbershit or gibberish.
是按手稿放下，
Gibbershit. I know it's a great word. Is there anything that you wanted to tell the people watching the video that we haven't mentioned?
一些阿莫欧是那些个莫欧是
Not really.
no 一些莫欧这我一些个一些莫一些莫欧是莫欧一些个莫欧是。我这个我这个而且我之前我这个而且我这个我是服这个而且这个这样。
It is about awareness, yes. I think we'd had this conversation about answering the question. We get the question, where you're from, and you said that that people say don't ask the question. Maybe it's Wales, I don't know. And Canadian is one of the first questions out of people's mouth. Is, I talk and a couple words that they say, where are you from? So maybe it's Welsh, but you would love to have the conversation. For me, I'm tired of having the conversation, but it's very Canadian.
一个么一个提示个一啲么一几几么个我是个嘛是一个么个么哈就个么是。
I think I didn't see. Okay. Hi, David.
Hi. I think it's more a British thing not to ask out of politeness and not offending. But what would you say to someone like me who is talking a load of sound and no sense? And how do you then respond in a way that is understandable?
Well, I mean, like you wouldn't be able to have this conversation when you're doing the gibberish. But right now, oh my God,
No.
David, it's so nice to hear your voice. It's very nice.
It's lovely to talk again.
So I saw this was a little. I had a neighbor who was like 6'11". He was very, very tall, and he always got the question: "Did do you play basketball?" And so he he had a card, and he would just hand this card to people, and it says, "No, I don't play basketball. No, I'm not a figure by the rain. No, I'm not going to help you get this off the shelf." Like all these answers to the questions. So maybe to have a card that says, "My name is David. I have a condition like this, called functional neurological disorder. And sometimes my speech is garbled." You can look for information or something.
Yes, I have a couple of those cards. I mean, personally, for me, I would say to your neighbor, I hope your wife isn't a dwarf, because that's going to be difficult.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Okay. So that's now for me, now to say in the conversation, I say, I've had a stroke. I have aphasia and apraxia, which is the two parts of my speech, and foreign accent syndrome. I'm third generation Canadian. I don't have any genetics. but for some reason I sound like I might be learning English from like Polish or something.
Mm.
This
Mm.
and I've shortened it down now. And I mean, and the other thing is that I also try to be very I would like to be very clear about what I need. So I ask,
Yes.
I need you to, I have some language difficulties. Can you please slow down?
Mm.
Right? And so because people are kind for the most part. People are kind and they're helpful if they
Yes.
can be.
Yes.
You understand? You have this, David?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Generally, people are most of us are kind, interested, and understanding after an explanation.
Yes, I think now instead of putting special some specific sorry, now I'm getting tired. I can tell. Can you hear me?
Mm.
I'm getting tired now. You should put if on the little card that you put or telling people in conversation, say, well, just Google these phrases and you would find some information about the condition that I have.
Mm. If asked, I will explain a bit in not in a totally dumbed down way, but in a basic way to convey in its simplest form. And the simplest is saying it's a bit like epilepsy, but but without, but it's not, so it's similar, but it also has quite a lot of, other quirks to it. But I always direct people to neurosymptoms.org by Professor Jon Stone.
He's fabulous. Yeah.
He is. I also think one of the best out there is FND Australia. They're very, very good, short, concise videos, very, very simple to understand. FND hope, FND action, and then so on and so on. But those first two I find are quite key in the world of understanding FND more than anything else.
That's fabulous. I found a couple of researcher in through NHS. I've had one or two sites that I use a lot. The other one is Cleveland Clinic. The Cleveland Clinic.
Is that's not the Mayo Clinic, is it?
No. But it is, there's lots of information. So a lot of people go to get diagnosed for FND in Cleveland Clinic. So there's lots of resources. And for me, I have like short forms because for me, I'm an extrovert, so I like to talk about I want people to know this thing.
Yes.
And so I can, my little short form is, you said I have seizures, but it's not epilepsy. I can say I've had a stroke and I have aphasia and apraxia. So I can and then how many times, I cannot tell you how many stories I that from with other people that I just met, and they say, oh, my mom has aphasia, or like so, and so it is. It is about awareness. It is about awareness, trying to get the word out. Yes.
Yes. Because of the gibberish, it's very hard finding other people that are similar with that not affliction or condition, but with that well, maybe condition, you know. It's very hard to find information about what that speech is.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. I'm so like, I can't imagine, really. I can't imagine, because even when I'm tired, I can still I can get words out enough to make sense to somebody. So I can't imagine what is just doing gibberish. It must be very
because the other side is I will also have mutism, where I can't speak, and so just very silent for long times, you know.
Yes, I do have some this where I want to speak, and no sound comes out. Just, and it's like a gate has been closed.
It won't come past the larynx. It just
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, I did. It's only very seldom for me, but I've had this before. Yeah.
and for me, I'm aware that when I'm mute, I'm not breathing when I want to talk. So therefore, you can't make the sound, but you can't force the air through to make the sound. It's the breathing automatically stops, and won't happen whilst I try to talk.
If you watch the interview that I did with Erin Nash, she's been at this for a long time, 12 years, I think. And she had me little trick, because part that's happening is I have bronchial spasms. When my lungs do they get kind of seized up, it traps all the air in the lungs, so I can only do little breathing at the top of my lungs. And she gave me a trick, and it works for me. I'm so excited. And this means that I have to, because it's a spasm, so it has to be release the spasms, so I can go like a sneeze, like a really quick, and then I can usually within a few breaths I can get the air flowing back again. And the other thing is that she found this out accidentally, going in the hot tub right to her neck, and she got some relief, having the larynx, everything relaxed. Yeah. we have keeping these conversations going because we're learning about from each other. We're getting
Yes, very, very, very much so.
yes. Yes. Do you have anybody that you know in Wales that you have a familiar another condition like this?
Uh, I go for specialist neurophysiotherapy every Wednesday at a place called the Morello Clinic in Newport, and I have met about four people who have FND with various symptoms,
Yeah.
but also they have had it will be five years this October I've been going, and I think they, including me, have seen about 12 patients with FND,
Mm, mm,
but no one with the speech that I get.
mhm, mhm.
Um, you know, lots of similar symptoms, but the speech that I get is I've not met anyone yet.
The speech, yes, I have some friends who also have FND in the city. Now the city where I'm in, Calgary, is like 1.5 million people. But it's also not close to any other city. So it's very um we have lots of space in Canada. So
Yes, very lucky.
yes, you should come from Wales and to have a visit in my beautiful Rocky Mountains. It's very close
It's
to.
it's a country that I hope one day to get to. You know,
Can
it's
I tell
a
you?
fan.
Don't do a bus tower tour. People, they're like, oh, we'll go to Nova Scotia and we'll do a bus tour. It's to get from the new province is like 3.5 days to get from
Mm,
Calgary to
mm,
Toronto in Ontario, and that's not coast to coast. So don't do it.
mm. I'd like I'd like to spend months hiking
Oh,
around Canada, and not just Canada. You know, South America, North America, Europe, China, Asia, you know, Africa. There's so there's so many places to be appreciated at a slower pace. And to really experience and live in those countries.
you you can be any. You're always welcome, is what I want to say.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, so I think it's been 10 o'clock, and I think we did all right um, um, with our
We
gibberish
got
lip. But oh my goodness, I'm so happy that your voice, where everybody got to hear your actual voice speaking.
mm,
But I also thank you for sharing the gibberish because it's important. Uh,
very much so, very much so. It's it's not a comfortable sharing, but it's a necessary sharing.
that's right. All right. So we're going to stop the recording and get off live right now. If you've made it to this far, please, if you could just take a moment to subscribe to my channel, which is Stroke of Genius, a memoir, because I think I'm hilarious, David.
Yeah, so do I, but Joe doesn't think so either. So,
oh, it's funny. Oh, anyway, and then comment on the videos. This helps. That helps me. So the rest of the recording will be in a couple hours, and then you can by the time it goes there, you will be back on your pajamas.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
In about 10 minutes.
in about 10 minutes. That's right. Oh my gosh, David, thank you so much sharing this time. It's been beautiful.
Not not a problem, Tara. And if you want to chat again, just let me know.
For sure. Let's do this again. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
But goodbye,